Hi. This isn't the best. Okay. Hi. It's been a long time since I've posted anything. I thought I would do just a little stitchin on my back deck and chill out and make a little video and post it for whatever reason. I don't know why. I think it's been like 4 years. Sorry, I'm staring at myself. I shouldn't. I should have stared at the camera. Hi. Okay. It's been about 4 years. The last time I think I did one was like right after my dad died. There were dogs. It was, I think I was like sharing a scarf I made, and then sunk into a deep depression and just focused on work and life, and it's been a wild few years. Just in case you didn't know that, what happened aside from a global pandemic. I moved next to a raceway. That's not true. I don't know if that's being picked up. It probably is. My apologies. This is bad audio, and that's just how it be. So the company that I worked for, I still work for it technically. I am an illustrator designer. Hi, my name is Mary. I work under Acrylicana sometimes for myself, but not really often anymore. I still maintain some social media presence on like Twitter and Instagram here and there, and a little bit on TikTok. Anyway, so the company that I worked for was acquired by another toy company, because I work for a toy company. And that was late 2019. It was a lot. The transition was difficult, and it's hard to just suddenly change everything. And then we immediately launched into, a couple months later, global pandemic, working from home. I mean, things were just really disconnected and wild. Things have gotten better, but in some ways it's so incredibly different. The majority of the people that I worked with, I no longer work with. It's like they've all moved on in various ways or changed their job titles in some way, and I have a different team now that I really like working with. That's cool. What else? Produced a bunch of cool craft activities, and some are not out. Some are, though. Yarnimals is out. It has some problems, but we'll figure it out. It's cool, though. I mean, there's a lot of looping with yarn. It's really neat. Latch kits, spirograph toys, probably a few color forms here and there. There's other stuff. There's a bunch of stuff that isn't out yet and I can't talk about, but it will be in the near future. So in 2020, amidst lockdowns, I decided, let's go get pregnant. And I did that. And I had a baby last year, and that was cool. She's a toddler now, so that's neat. And I like making stuff for her. Like I'm probably going to hang this on her wall in her bedroom or something. Just create like a little adorable menagerie for her of little characters that she doesn't know anything about, but will, because it's me. That's, I thought about this a lot, and I went through it in my head of how I would just talk about where life has been and where it's gone, and then just talk about art stuff and chat and just post it and be like, I just want to post these every so often again. And instead I just zoomed through really fast, here's the last few years, and I'm like, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to figure out. I think this is going to be this purple. There's actually a different design on this back because I bought a punch needle kit that happened to have some sort of unicorn on it. with serged edges and a monk's cloth, and I was like, okay, cool, I'll try it. And then I didn't want to do someone else's design because I never do, and I let it sit for like 2 years. So I'm finally playing with it now, partially because I also found manual rug tufters at an antique store yesterday, which I don't have with me right now. They are inside. And I was like, dang, that's cool. No, yeah, now my air conditioner's gonna go on. It's hot out. It's not that hot, but it's hot. I should probably edit this. I'm not going to. I'm not gonna bother. So, instead, I'm just gonna talk like I said I would. Hi. Okay, it's a bitty love bot, making a little rug thingy. I want to fill this with yellow. This is the weird yarn they give you in the kit. It's like micro spun, so it comes apart really easily. There we go. I hate it. This is not good. I remember I once made braided pigtail falls to wear to a goth nightclub with micro spun, and it was a huge pain. I remember saying how much I loved it, and a knitter friend of mine was like, that stuff's the worst to work with. And I didn't know because I didn't knit at the time, but now I do, and ooh. Anyway, so I have to do this guy. I'll just show y'all. Pow. Here we go. Ba-bambo. Look at that go. You can't even see it. Look at it go, though. You see it now? No, my hand is in the way. This is what happens when you're right-handed. Oh well, anyway. It's easier for y'all to watch the back. You gotta keep your tension. So I used to post a lot of illustration online because I had time. Like, my job was freelancing, so I was constantly creating for myself and, you know, a little bit for other people and paying some bills, but man, it was hard. And in 2015 I started looking for in-house gigs. I found one in late 2016, which is basically what I've been doing for the past 6 years, and my online presence really dropped, which has been good and bad. Good in that I cared way too much about it, like just oofa doofa. Spend so much time thinking about it, and just I'm looking at myself again rather than the camera. I'm sorry. I'll get there eventually. Caring about numbers, thinking about, I don't know, other people's numbers and what it meant. It means nothing. Over time I kind of dropped off because I just was busy with a 9-to-5 job. But then there was a point in 2018 and 2019 where I started doing some social media stuff for work for a brand called Yart. It's one of the brands that we created, and it was such a drag. It drove me just to like a really bad place, I think, mentally. And also just like, I don't know, I don't like to quantify things by numbers of views and hits and follows and likes and caring about any of it. And, you know, when I post something online, it doesn't really matter whether anyone looks at it. I made a thing, and that's cool. And it needs to be enough. Gone through a lot of therapy, and I'm back doing therapy again to deal with all sorts of anxiety and stress with work and life, and, you know, things like social media are they're just hard. Come on. Oh, duh. You need slack. You need slack. So I fell off even more because I was like, man, this is dragging me down. And I'd hang out on Twitter and look at silly things and hang out. Occasionally I hang out on TikTok, look at silly things, and, you know, look at some reels on Instagram here and there, or post some, you know. But no, I had a paying job. Still do. It's great, and I don't need necessarily to create content. So my free time went to my friends and family. Although pandemic-wise, it's even harder. I think we've gotten to such a rut, which is why I would like to spend some time on Sundays just chatting to an iPad, saying hi, making my face do this. Hi. I think it would be nice. And weird. A nice weird way to spend time with my old internet friends. Because, like, if I posted just like a picture, like a little bitty love bot doodle that I did a while back and finally was like, oh, I should just post it. If I post it, I look at who likes it. I'm like, oh, these are the people from like DeviantArt and friends and family, and that's so wonderful and warm. So why not upload a little chatty vlog, and maybe some of y'all are those people, and we can just chat and hang out and do this every so often and share projects and, go find a community again online that isn't algorithmic. I do remember eons ago, 2008, when my work started to blow up, because that's tiny numbers, but I had this little milkshake illustration that I did that was like the most popular thing I ever did. And I remember hitting the front page of DeviantArt in like multiple sections. There was an algorithm that benefited me that day. And it happened a couple other times here and there, but never really as much. And I was always chasing that high of like, oh my God, this is doing numbers. Do I care? Oh my goodness. Am I getting enough likes? Am I getting enough comments? And how do I respond to that? Ooh. I don't like who I became after a time with some of that stuff. I don't like where a lot of it went. I'm probably not explaining myself very well, but I don't know. The best times that I had sharing art and sharing design online was in tiny little communities. Pixel dolls, even with my illustration work, I had friends, but even people I don't really know that well, who I still kind of follow on Instagram and Twitter, like we interact. There are people whose names, screen names I know, I don't really, or like little icons I know, I don't really know them personally, but I feel like I still know them. And some people go way back to LiveJournal. I mean, it's like, it's very cool. Sorry, I keep looking at myself. It's a form of therapy, right? Anyway, how we doing? He's upside down. I'm using a combination of acrylic and wool. This is wool. It is a discontinued form of Knit Pick Swish. They did a whole Brights line, and one day, many years ago, when I started knitting, my mom happened to find like 30 of these little guys, all in neons, that someone had for $1 at like a thrift store. So she just bought the lot and sent it to me. And I was like, cool. And I've just had them, and every so often, like, I've made hats. I made a cropped sweater out of this, which barely fits anymore, because as it turns out, after being pregnant, your body changes. Yeah. Who knew? Wait. That's a struggle. Anyway, so the other stuff I'm using is also Knit Picks. It is Brava worsted, and I bought some skeins of it, I think when I was pregnant, thinking I was going to make like a little sweater for my kid. I'm actually working on a very large hue shift afghan for her that I started when I got pregnant, and she'll probably get it when she's 2. I'm like halfway through, so she'll get it when she's 2, which is good because she doesn't need it right now. But it'll be, because it's like a big full afghan, and she's only just started to like sleep with a blanket because I can't. They're in little sleep sacks for the first year of their life. There's like nothing in their crib, and so a heavy knit afghan is just like too much. You guys are here, not here, but I'm here in this little box. It's backwards. There I am. My little face, my little choo-choo face. Anyway, so I had tried to do this multiple times before, and weirdly, I don't know why, I thought that I could use, if I grab it, my iPad will fall, even though I just have it pushed further up so you can see my beautiful face. Anyway, I was using like cotton. Horrible. The tension is weird. It doesn't get fluffy. The colors weren't as bright. When it's Acrylicana bright. Oh, this is the company I used to work for. Anyway, doesn't matter. Yeah, it's really wild to me that I tried that, because it's like, this is dumb. I should be using soft, squishy, breathable, drapey, I don't know, stretchy yarn, not cotton. So I'm playing with both the acrylic and the wool. The wool feels great. I mean, it's a super wash, so it's like, it's got, you know, a plastic coating on it, which is not great, but it's wonderful though. I am sad that they discontinued it, but I think, you know, that neon trend has faded. Not here, but, you know, for dyers, I guess that's faded. I'm still super in it. I'm always in it. Although I also do love the pastels. I love them together. I love all the brights though. This is why I work in, you know, toys and crafts and activities, because I love adorable stuff. It's very fun. Anywho, so I was thinking about topics aside from just talking about the thing I'm working on. And I would love to show y'all some stuff, but I think we'll do that next time more so. You know, like, here are my whips, and I'll actually write things out. I just needed to turn this on and try it and start talking while sitting on my deck in my home. It's another thing, like, we bought a house to put our baby in before she came. It's crazy. For years I lived in a little apartment, a very weird moist apartment. Doesn't matter, I have a deck. I can sit out on it and chill, and be overheated because I'm overdressed, so that's fun. And drink agua. Liqueur. Yeah. Oh no, it got different. It got different. So, let's see, how's this looking? The monk's cloth works really, really well with the wool yarn, which I really like. So yes, I knit a lot. I crochet a little. I have wanted to do punch needle, done lots of embroidery, but I just haven't like finished much. Knitting, yes, I finish, but other projects I don't, because I think it's a lot. My brain is like, this is work, so it doesn't want to do it, and then I just go back to knitting, because knitting makes sense to me. I don't draw much for myself anymore, which is kind of sad, but I draw a lot at work, or create, or design, a lot of graphic design, and project management lately. Ooh, she's fancy. She's fancy. What else has happened? For sure, since the last vlog, I came out as non-binary. And also, I think that was before. But she, they pronouns doesn't really mean much. I called it girl plus. I was like, girl, but also nothing. Ethereal being. It's one that I don't talk about a lot. Man, these good siren sounds. Just really great. I hope you like ambiance. I hope you're like, I love outside noises in my face. In my face. Ooh, okay, so get your thing, your needle, clip this through, get your yarn. There we go, I got thread that. And then you're also going to go through this little hole. Once again, use your threader. Put your yarn through the threader. I'm just going to loop through the little hole, and then you're ready to go. Easy peasy. This is so all over the place. What I should have done is just like tell a little story about where I've been, and then talk about this project, and chaos. Absolute chaos. That's what I used to do, though, like a billion years ago. Like 2007, 2008, I would sit and I would just like talk about the little charms I was making, and truly wild. These are good times, though. I miss it a little bit. Not really. It's hard to try to have a career doing a thing that really requires, marketing, sales. You have to be everyone and everything. So it's a difficult job, and I love that nowadays people are really open and honest about what it takes to do that kind of job, to be in business for yourself and run a small business. I hate that that means that they're constantly feeling like they have to post content. That's one of the main things. I'm like, I don't want to post content. I'm hanging out with my daughter today. Don't want to post content. I'm playing video games, playing Fall Guys. Leave us alone. Not with my kid, with my husband and friends. It's just like, it sucks. Who wants to do that? You're living your life. Go live your life. You know? Not this Instagram perfect TikTok dance trash. I enjoy the silliness, off the cuff nonsense. So good. You know, if someone wants to take the time to like sync to, now that's what I call music, and entertain my old ass, fabulous. But the idea that you just have to spend so much time creating content, hoping that someone cares. This is so cute. It's too much. Okay. We're going to put a little smiley mouth with purple. So I don't have something to like shellac the back of this. So my thought was taking some fabric, and yarn, and just whip stitching around to create a really like thick, beautiful binding. Or either yarn or embroidery floss. I haven't decided which. It's just going to depend on what fabric I use, what needles I have, But like, why not? Why not just make something super homemade? And it blows my mind just how many tools people have nowadays to create professional content, to create like latched rugs and all this stuff, and things that like I would have loved to have. Oh, that looks so bad. Things I would have loved to have access to, 15 years ago. That was just so hard to do. Like, I used to do charms and things. I had to go to sign companies to get them printed on acrylic. This is after all the shrink plastic stuff I used to do. And it was very difficult. And then people started, providing resources for very small businesses to get all the enamel pins and all sorts of little charms, and it's really bonkers to me. It's another reason why I just was like, I'm good now. It's just when I started, there were just so few people out there making the stuff that I make, and they became so many, and honestly, I'm a lot better. So I was like, okay, bye. I'm gonna go. Okay, I want to use this yellow because the neon yellow I have is called pickle juice, and it's a little too green for my Bitty Love Bot, which I started drawing 15 years ago, maybe. That sounds right. Okay. Let's do the eyes. Oh dear, what is going on? Oh, I see. I'm going the opposite way than I should. Okay. Such big gaps. How did hair get in here? Isn't mine? No one knows. Okay. It's a cute yellow. we go, that's better. I'm just gotta keep traveling around in the little circle, making dense loops if possible. For sure, the wool is better than this. I don't know. I love tedious crafts. I think they're great. So good. Anywho, so I think that's about it for me. Half hour is more than enough for an unhinged, it's not unhinged, unscripted nonsense video vlog. Thank you for joining me. You know, send me questions if you have any. Why would you? I don't know. We'll do this again sometime. I'll look at you from now on, or me, or you, or me. Okay, bye.